G'day there, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and congratulations to each and every one of you, especially you. You're all brilliant. You're fantastic. You're marvelous, exceptional paragons of the human species. And you've also found the champ dog. You're about even, if you ask me. Let's have a coffee. Here's to you. So, first things first, I hope you've all had a good Monday. It's actually a Sunday afternoon for me as I'm recording this, which will be sometime on Saturday for most of you. But I'm intending to have this video up on what should be Monday for most of you. So, happy Monday. Hope you had a good weekend. We're going to be jumping back into the arena. We're playing a little bit more of our Dimir Hullbreaker list. Now, this video was meant to go up on Friday, but totally slipped my mind, and then I get very few views over the weekend, so I just didn't see the point of putting it together and releasing it for an audience of like 5 people. But here we are, it's Monday, dust ourselves off, get the video done. So, as I was building this deck, I was a little concerned about how I would go in the aggro matchup, and I thought this might be a problem, particularly like mono white, like very aggressive decks. My first few matches were mostly against different flavors of Hullbreaker and other slow decks, and I did manage to win all of those. But yeah, it's been in the back of my mind, nagging me for a little bit. What's our aggro matchup going to be like? I feel like we're going to have some problems just because of how the deck is played into the late game and like grinding out against control opponents. I've just been worried. Like, I know I have like Path of Peril, Meathook Massacre, Shadow's Verdict, and some targeted removal, but I was worried I might get blown out against some of the aggro decks in the format. Really wasn't sure how it was going to go. So fortunately, in today's video, we get to address that. I have 2 matchups, both against our relatively aggressive decks. One against mono white, the default best aggro deck in the format, if not just the best deck in the format, according to some. And we've also got a game against a zombie deck. So we're going to put that question to bed, hopefully, by the end of this video. I'm not going to spoil too much. You're going to see 1 win and 1 loss. You're going to see me get a little frustrated and draw dead. You're going to see me get taxed to oblivion at one point, I believe. But yeah, you're also going to see me have a little talk about how I feel about the deck and the aggro matchups after these 2 matches, which I actually recorded quite some time ago right after playing the games. So I'm recording this, as I said, on a Sunday afternoon. And the outro to this was recorded 4 days ago. So Thursday night, I guess, for me. Anyway, that's what this is. We're assessing our aggro matchup. We got a couple of games, a relatively long video. So let's have one last sip of coffee and get on into it. Delicious. All right. Why don't you shuffle up and I'll see you in the arena. Okay, 3rd ever game, effectively. On the play, always good. We haven't touched the deck in quite a few days. Haven't touched arena in quite a few days. So let's see how we go. I don't think this hand is capable in any world. Neither is that. So unfortunate. This I can keep. Memory Deluge goes back. And I think it has to be this. This is really unfortunate, but I'm kind of relying on Memory Deluge to get me back some of that card disadvantage I just accrued. And consider to help me filter for whatever I need. Village Rites, Meathook Massacre, and White. Meathook Massacre is the hardest for me to answer here. I don't have an answer for White at the moment, but I have answers to it in my deck. There we go, I just drew one. So I can power word kill it, but I'm probably just going to consider to make sure I hit my 3rd land. That's cute. in the bin. We need to find a land. We do not. That's real unfortunate. Take their follow-up threat. We're going to be stuck behind until we find lands. Ah, bugger. And I should have killed something while they were tapped out there as well, so they can't village rights me. So we kill off the Faceless Haven. They'll get a zombie out of it because of the Headless Rider. But yeah, this is a difficult situation for me. I'm just so, like, I started so far behind. I can power word kill something. But I'm actually going to hold that Memory Deluge and try to find a Shadow's Verdict or something. I'm going to go down to 2, so they can kill me with a Meat Hook Massacre here, I believe. Land Verdict, yes please. And they don't get the zombies off the rider because this is a... Oh, but they can village right, so I'm just dead. My bad. Well, yeah, that was fairly unfortunate, but you know, we did have to take several mulligans. So we bring in some more removal. What do I take out? This is tough, you know. This genuinely is tough. I think because I'm bringing in more removal, I probably just take out the bounce spells. My only way of, like, protecting a Leer, though, which is something I'm a bit leery of. And the Scavengers just help me contest the battlefield, gain a bit of life. Could be good. Probably cut the Celestis here. I don't know how great it is. Coffee. Of course, we take the play again. Hand is way too slow and doesn't have the right mana. This hand is much better. Bleed on the tap land. We are again at the mercy of finding lands. The mulligans have not been kind to the draws have not been kind to us this game. We'll kill this now before they get a zombie and before they get the trigger for the champion. That's a very nice find. So we've got Path of Peril open and Divide by Zero. That's it. That's their whole turn. That's in our easy teachings. I mean, we're tapped out here, but our opponent has nothing on board, so we don't really mind. We've got a couple of sweepers. I don't think there's a 2-mana flash zombie in black. Clear the board, gain some life rather than use the Path of Peril. Sure. This is my hand. Interesting take. I mean, it is cheaper than Meat Hook Massacre. I guess it makes sense. Meat Hook Massacre of their own. Interesting. So that just negates my Meat Hook Massacre. I'll draw it. I'll take a land. I am happy to take a land. Oh, I actually meant to bin that one. I was thinking that might be enough lands. I can afford to play that on white here, I feel. It'd be nice to hit something to dig with. I know we've hit 3 considers, but you know, Memory Deluge or something would be nice here. Or one of my big boys. It's nice. We got an answer for the Faceless Haven, so that's fine. Seems like they've swapped into a more threat-light deck as well. Oh, I can't use it. Yeah, because it is all creature types. It is all of those things that this says it can't be. So I guess we're just going to die to Flood here. Which is unfortunate. What lessons can I get? I've just got 2 environmental sciences I can fetch. I can't use this on the Faceless Haven because of the mana value stipulation. So let's just rummage. We can cast this now, but there's nothing we're going to do with 2 mana at sorcery speed that's going to impact next turn. We really just want to find an Infernal Grasp for the Faceless Haven. We do not, but we do find a Field of Ruin. Is nice. So I guess maybe we should have... No, we played a land last turn, so it wouldn't have mattered. So I think I can Field of Ruin and Memory Deluge here. I'll take a Dread Fugue. One, two, three, four, five, and then this is 3 to cleave. So let's do this first. Right. Very diverse hand they've got there. Cool. And there is a bit of a non-bow between Shadows and Meathook. Kill this now so we get the ping. Gain a little bit of life, but yeah, we need to find something. And unfortunately we've taken out our Fading Hopes, so even if we hit okay, so I can get the other heroes down 4. So now if I find a... I could have taken Path of Peril because I could have played the cleave cost and gained some life the other turn. Now if I hit... Only Environmental Sciences, but it does gain me some life. Yeah, now if I hit Leer or Hullbreaker, they don't necessarily have an instant way to answer it. See what they do here. Really? A champion of the perished? They didn't want to go for... Oh, it's all that's left. That's all they have left. I'm going to divide my own Meathook Massacre. So I can use it to kill this. That's such a nice find. So now I can... Blood Chief's Thirst this. I should have counted how much mana I have a little more carefully. I could have played this first and not lost life there. But I've still got Divide by Zero held up to protect Leer here, which is very nice. Each Environmental Sciences represents 4 life at the moment. Okay, and they scoop it up. Makes sense. Makes sense that they would scoop there. Actually, a little surprised they played that long. Do I want to change anything? Do I want the ramp now that I'm on the draw? I think actually, if anything, I want the extra memory deluge. And probably cut a land because I'm on the draw. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just playing cards and hoping to win. I'm pretty happy with Dreadfugue in this match. It's definitely... It's a lot more live than a Duress would be in a matchup like this. Just need to check something real quick. I do not love this hand, but I don't hate it. It's slow, that's the only problem. But I can bounce something. Nighthawk Scavenger probably gets killed. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have kept this. It's a very slow hand. We did find some removal though, which is nice. Double champ, sure. Probably a village rights. Hold it. Double scavenger. So I am just going to play one out and see if it gets removed. Otherwise, I'm very happy to trade. We'll happily trade for the Headless Rider. So those did just basically function as removal spells, but they also gained me some life. We are going to take a stack of damage this turn. I think I bounce... Oh, I can't bounce a token. So I'm going to bounce the white. This can at the very least gain me some life. Okay, unfortunately I did not hit the sweeper, so we do just die here, don't we? Yep, we can go up to 7, but then we take 7. So we'll say good game to our opponent. That's a little bit unfortunate, but these things do happen. On the draw, which is a little bit sad, but we've got something to do on turn 1. And we've got some removal, and if we're not up against a creature match, we can at least draw some cards and hopefully filter a bit. So I think we can keep this. Probably play this on blue for turn 1. Opponent takes a mulligan, love to see it. Oh no, mono white. Oh no. No, I'll draw that. I am happy to draw that. So we probably just kill the aspirant. On a later turn, if we want, we can bounce the initiate. They probably tax Shadow's Verdict here. Yep, makes sense. Found the horror, which is nice. So I'll probably just divide by 0 on the initiate here. Grab a Sciences, gain a bit of life, hopefully. We don't have a good answer to this Spellbinder at the moment. There's the Thalia. Doesn't matter because we're going to Sciences here anyway. Gain a bit of life. Okay, so it's looking very much like we just die here, unfortunately. Yeah. Oh well. So I was unsure how this matchup would go, and I was actually hoping to find a mono white player. One of the other advantages of Nighthawk Scavenger is it's a can function as removal, but it can't be taxed by Thalia. Okay, take out Memory Deluge, I think. I don't entirely know. I don't really want to go below 2 and 2 here. Divide by 0 is actually pretty slow in this matchup. Isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it is. And the feet on this Korea bat are so creepy. Yeah, so I specifically wanted to find this matchup at some point to see how we go. We do obviously have like plenty of removal and sweepers, but the tax effects can just be so taxing. Yeah, so I'm just curious to see how we go. You know, we definitely have some tools. We've got like Dreadfuge, Dreadfuge to knock a Thalia out of their hand before it's played if we draw it. Bloodchase Thirst can be played for 2 even with a Thalia on the board. Like we've got a lot of single target removal as well as sweepers, so the taxes potentially don't hurt us as much, but it doesn't take a whole lot. I would love to keep this hand, and I'm going to, but I think it's a mistake. Like we're very soft to a tax effect on the Meat Hook Massacre, but we've got both colors of mana. We've got some of our later plays, which I don't really want to see just yet, but I want to know how a hand like this will go. I expect it will be too slow and we'll just get run over. But there's a chance that Meat Hook Massacre gets us there. Now, when they introduced Warlocks, I'm pretty sure they said it was going to be a primarily black creature type. And I've just seen no shortage of non-black Warlocks since then. Yeah, so this is going to outgrow our Nighthawk Scavenger pretty quickly. This is nice. Yeah, I'm actually just going to fire this off and kill off the Aspirant. Like, I'm not doing much this turn. It's frustrating, but I think putting down the Scavenger, we just fall further behind. Like, we have to trade with the Initiate at that point. And it could just get, like, apparitioned. So I can do this. I can kill off Thalia. Which honestly isn't the worst thing in the world. Yep. I'm going to do that. This is a bit of a non-though here. Opponent's still on 2 lands. Wow. That could be the only thing keeping us in this game. I'll take a tap land. Like, I can't play Shadow's Verdict this turn anyway, because I've already played the Consider. So we'll just play out the Nighthawk Scavenger. Okay, they found their 3rd mana. Watch them have a Spellbinder to take this Shadow's Verdict. Hold it. And they do take it. Thinking. Hopeful Initiate threatens more damage, but I probably block. So do they put it on the Spellbinder to do more damage the next turn? Do they put it on the Aspirant themselves? Spellbinder seemed like the obvious choice. No land is a bit sad. Do I just slap down Lear now? And take what, 5 in the air? Like that is a big chunk. I think we just have to go for it and hope it sticks. Take 5. We can kill it off next turn with Infernal Grasp and kill the Aspirant with Blood Chiefs, assuming Lear stays around. Gain a little bit of life from Meathook, hopefully. Unfortunate, because now we've got 2 big things that we really need to answer. And only 1 Infernal Grasp. We can, if we hit a land next turn, we can Infernal Grasp and Blood Chiefs first. But we are then... Like, we need to hit a land. We're still taking some damage. I'd love to just play this, you know? No point attacking. But we're not killing the Aspirant then, which is just going to keep giving them that sweet, sweet value. I assume they pump the Adeline. Just get it closer to being able to attack. Oh, is this Valorous Stance? I was really hoping to find a land to have a Hullbreaker available. I'll draw that. Start attacking here. We've got Infernal Grasp and Path of Peril. Which do we want to use, though? Honestly, probably Path of Peril. Probably. Because then it can go in our graveyard and it's a sweeper that can't be taxed. We can cast it with Celestus. Okay, that sucks. We're going to take a beating next turn, but hopefully we can just Path of Peril. Or we can Shadow's Verdict and wipe the board. Sure, so we are going to take a bunch here, but we do have Shadow's Verdict. And nothing they can do about it. Alternatively, Hullbreaker Horror. If we hit like a land. No, actually, there's still no point. Because I don't have access to the Consider in my graveyard now. Doesn't really matter where they put the counter here, and they played out the Initiate, so I think they've failed to realize I can cast Shadow's Verdict next turn. So at 8 mana now. Intrepid Adversary, interesting. I assume they pay. Yep. Gain a bit of life there. They really shouldn't attack. They know I have Hullbreaker Horror. They also know I have Hall of Storm Giants. And hey, I also now know that they don't have another Valorous Stance in hand to kill my Horror if I play it out. They should level up here. They've got nothing else to do. I don't know why they're taking so long on this. Like, they know of 2 ways I have in hand to destroy their adversary if they attack. Just seems like a bad move. Do I just want to cast Shadow's Verdict, get this off the field, and bounce their Paladin class? Yes, I do. Okay, and they scoop there. So I can start attacking with the Horror. They can swing back with Haven. But, yeah, I mean, it's not great for them, is it? I think I just keep like this. I guess I could have cut a land or something. So that actually felt good. Like, game 2 felt good. Obviously, they didn't, you know, Paladin class into Thalia, into Elite Spellbinder. But, yeah, I mean, really, when they do that, like, what can you do? Like, even like game 1, like, Thalia and the Elite Spellbinder. I don't think there's a lot of spell-based decks that can really do much about that. By all means, let me know if you disagree. I would love to hear your thoughts. Obviously, like running 4 of Spikefield Hazard in an Izzet deck would be good. I'm actually just going to pop away for a minute. I'm going to press pause on the recording. I'll be back in just a second. Okay. Oh, sorry, just having some technical issues, but I am back. This hand, it would be great if I had black mana. I don't think I can afford to keep it. I guess this hand is better. It's a bit slow. Definitely do not love... you know, I would have loved to be able to keep something with Dread Fugue. Hopefully snag a Thalia. But got to do what you got to do. Hopefully their 2-drop is just Aspirant. Sun Gold Sentinel. I'm just going to kill this now before they can give it protection, so they can't attack and buff the initiate. I have another one. How wonderful. Just play out the scavenger. You know, this isn't the moment for consider. This isn't the sort of game where I try to hold it back. You know, in these sorts of games, you just throw out every roadblock you can find, I think. Obviously going to trade with this Haven. Would have been nice to use the Field of Ruin, but I am very happy to trade my Scavenger for their land. Yeah, I mean, it's a safe attack. They have to know I'm going to block the Faceless Haven. But this does get the Hopeful Initiate out of Meat Hook range. I still think it's worth it. Might have been nice to Dread Fugue there, but I think we remove a thing while we can. Also, Shadow's Verdict, push back a turn. So this will cost... It's fine, still got some information out of it. We can consider here, hopefully find a land to play out the Verdict. Assuming they haven't drawn into a Spellbinder. They have not, wonderful. So we really just want to find a land. Or attacks. Wowzers. Take 4 here. It's a land and it will be untapped. Decline. Draw. Play it. Play it. Wonderful. We're both in top deck mode, except I'm going to have a Hall of Storm Giants. And a Field of Ruin for a potential Faceless Haven. Wonderful. I also have Lear that can block Athalia all day. The only creature in their deck that can answer Lear is Brutal Cathar, and I haven't seen a Brutal Cathar from my opponent. They might not be playing it. Do I just want to cast this? No, I do not. So I probably cast this. Yep, that can go to graveyard. Back up Lear, okay. Don't want to attack because that's not a favorable race for me. Takes me like 7 turns to kill them, 4 turns for them to kill me. Easy Faceless Haven. I should have let it become a creature first so that I get the Meat Hook Massacre trigger. But then maybe they can Valorous Stance to save it. It is actually kind of hard to know what the correct answer is there. Backup Haven, sure. Wonderful, wonderful. So unfortunately, they've done a pretty good job of containing my graveyard with the Sun Gold Sentinels, so I can't get all that much value out of this guy right now. I actually am going to start attacking. Activating Faceless Haven is most of their turn. And I can block with Hall of Storm Giants. Oh, I wasn't even thinking that they can activate Faceless Haven on blocks here. There's not that... I understand why they're taking their time thinking about it. There's not that much value killing the Leer here. It's only giving me access to Shadow's Verdict. And then they lose their manland. But yeah, that was silly of me. That was just straight up an oversight. I assume they attack with both. I'll block the Faceless Haven with the Hall of Storm Giants. Go down to 6. That's a little unfortunate. Hopefully they just attack in though. They do not. Savage. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can do both of these. Oh, I can't Fading Hope this turn, actually. So this will cost 3 next turn, but that's fine. That is fine. Actually, yeah. Costs 2 now, because I just got rid of Thalia. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Get your head back in the game, mate. So, activate Haven. I bounce Haven. Sure. Little do they know I have a backup. I'll take that. It's a cheap thing to play off Leer. I'm happy. Yep. Spin it. Don't have the lands up to cast the Scavenger. Brutal. Should have cast Consider on my turn. Now I can't do both. Both of these, I mean. They absolutely should activate Haven and threaten to attack. Force me to use the Fading Hope. Alternatively, they can level up here. But like they still need to get through the Fading Hope, so I think it's correct for them to activate Haven here. What do you think? Let me know down there in the comments. But yeah, my take is it's correct to activate Haven. Force me to play out this Fading Hope. I've messed up. They can see that I've messed up my turn, in that I now can't also cast Consider. If they don't attack, I can cast Consider. And leveling up Paladin class, they still need to get through my Fading Hope afterwards. Okay, they opt to do it now. This costs 5, so I'll wait until they declare attacker. Bounce it again. They can tap it for mana, but they lose the mana, because you can only level up as a sorcery. No thanks on the land. And I think they've already played land for turn. Honestly, here, I think I just get in. Like, they don't have any haste in their deck. I think I just need to threaten to end the game. I'm really annoyed at the way it tapped here to keep up Meat Hook Massacre, because now I can't play Consider again. I should have checked that. Like, that is on me for not checking the auto tapper, but it's really annoying. They should just level up Paladin class here. I don't know what the issue is. I can't just... Oh, because they want to have Faceless Haven open for blocking. Makes sense. I'll actually take that. Gains me a bit of life, gives me some filtering. Specifically toughness, so they can never use Valorous Stance to kill Scavenger. So if they level up here, one of them gets Double Strike, I assume is the Haven. Hopeful Initiate gets buffed. But either way, I just killed them on the crackback with the Scavenger. There's no... Unless I'm missing something ridiculous, there is no path to victory for them here. So I block with Leer. Take 3. This is the one with Double Strike, yep. It still is worth them doing this and forcing me to find the line. Oh, I can only do this on my turn as a sorcery. I was wondering why I didn't get the chance to do that last turn. And then I attack. Yeah, so it's definitely still worthwhile them attacking and forcing me to find that line. Give me the opportunity to make the mistake. I might want to save the Leer, block with the Scavenger, and then they get a couple more turns. I might, you know, block with both. I might just have a mind blank and not take the Double Strike into account. You know, it's still correct for them to force me to do the right thing, but it is just a formality. It's just and Hail Mary, like, just make sure that I've found it as well. But yeah, we beat Mono White, which is what I was most worried about. Also makes me feel better about the loss to Black Zombies. Like, that did just feel like it could have gone differently. Maybe I should have left in some Memory Deluge, something, or... No, wait, I did. Maybe I should have taken them out? I don't know. But, yeah, I mean, if I can beat Mono White, which is the clearly superior aggro deck, I don't have to feel too bad about zombies. Not saying I'll always beat Mono White, but it's nice to know that I can. Obviously, I'm going to lose to getting taxed out. Anyone will. But yeah, no, feels good to know that my deck does have the tools to win in that matchup. Finish off our red line here. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. We had 2 games there. They were both actually moderate length. I could have actually made them into separate videos, but I thought it'd be nice to put them together and sort of give you like 2 sides of the same coin with the aggro matchup. We lost to the Mono Black Zombies. We won against Mono White. As I just finished saying, I feel good about that. Mono White is clearly the premier aggro deck in the format. There's Mono Green, definitely, but that sort of straddles that line. It's like really more mid-rangey. In terms of like actual pure aggro, Mono White is obviously where it's at. So I can feel a lot better about my deck knowing that I can win that match, that it is winnable and I have the tools. I haven't messed up my deck build entirely. I would have loved to win the zombies match. Obviously, you know, all losses feel bad, but I don't have to take that too hard as much, and like it doesn't weigh on me as much knowing that I then in the next match beat mono white, which is a far more important litmus test for my deck. As I said, I was curious about the mono white matchup. I wanted to face it. I still think this deck will struggle. Like, you know, I think there are hands that mono white can have that my deck just cannot compete against. Like if I have Thalia into Elite Spellbinder or into Redain or something like that, like I've got targeted removal at 1 mana and 2 mana. I've got the Nighthawk Scavengers. I've got a few things, but that just slows my deck down so much. I don't know how I'd be able to stabilize against, you know, the nuts from mono white. But we are talking about them having the nuts. You know, there's a lot of good decks that if they draw the right hand, it's incredibly difficult to win against. So that is what it is. Yeah, feel good that I was able to beat mono white. It's one game. I don't think it's necessarily indicative, but I am giving myself a small pat on the back that I can deal with the best aggro deck in the format. And I've also taken down 2 different versions of Hullbreaker, including the Izzet, which is sort of the de facto best version of the build at the moment. So I feel pretty good about the deck so far. I do think it needs tweaking. I definitely don't think it's perfected by any means. You know, I don't know that Nighthawk Scavenger in the sideboard is correct, for example. I don't know about like numbers of certain things. I saw a similar list on Star City Games. I think it was Mr. I'm blanking on the name. But yeah, I saw a similar like Dimir Hullbreaker control on Star City Games a few days ago. And they had made a number of different choices. But it's good to know that the deck that I put together is capable of holding its own against some of the best decks in the format. So yeah, all that to say, feels good. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, dislike. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. As always, I hope you stay brilliant. I'm going to catch you real soon.